Feeling lonely, but not alone. If you're watching this, it's because maybe lately you've been feeling, the effects of loneliness, or maybe you feel like you just don't belong in the circles that you're running with, or, maybe you're feeling a little bit disconnected. And I'm here to tell you that we've all dealt with this, right? Especially, I think, during the times of COVID, people were forced to really be in their houses by themselves and really connect with themselves. And I'm here to tell you about my experiences and how I cured loneliness for myself, right? And maybe you can use some of these tools to cure loneliness for yourself, or maybe feel just a little bit better about your situation.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm the best that ever did it, I'll admit it. I'm the best that ever did it, I'll admit it. I'm the best that ever did it, I'll admit it.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Sam Archer. I'm CEO and founder of Mastering a Man, where I aim to help build a community of individuals who want to become the best version of themselves, right? So, talking about loneliness. So with loneliness, right? You need to embrace it. And what I mean by that is you need to dig deeper into finding out why you're feeling lonely. I'm sure there's been times in your life where you've felt really at home, you felt really connected, and maybe you're experiencing a time in your life where you're feeling, not so connected. And I tell you to embrace it, because there's going to be times where you're alone. Now, like I talked about earlier with COVID and how we were kind of forced to really be alone, or be by ourselves, or be with people who we necessarily didn't want to be with. That was an opportunity for us to figure out how to deal with being alone, right? And I know for myself, I was able to really dig deep and do a lot of self-reflecting and just try to understand myself a little bit better, and kind of get away from the dependency of having my friends and my family always provide happiness for me, right? I started to understand things that I really enjoy doing by myself. So whether that's going to the movies or watching a movie, maybe you like doing puzzles, maybe you just like reading, or maybe you just like cooking, or whatever the case may be. Embrace the feeling of being alone and figure out the hobbies and the things that you like to do that bring you true joy when you're by yourself, right? Because then you have less dependency on people that are around you. You have less of a dependency of those that are in your inner circle, their family, and you start to feel a lot more free in the decisions that you make on a daily basis. You don't always have that fear of missing out. And I'm sure some of us have dealt with FOMO. I know I've dealt with FOMO, and I think that's one of the things that come along with social media, because when you're feeling lonely, you're always trying to fill a void, right? It's not really so much that, I'm actually alone. It's that feeling of something's missing. And I think for men in general, this could be for women too, but I'm speaking for men. I think for men, it's a situation of how can we fill this void? How can I replace this feeling? And sometimes we do it in positive ways. Sometimes we do it in negative ways. Sometimes we do it, maybe we increase our sexual activity, or maybe we exercise more, or maybe we decide that we're going to read more, whatever the case may be, or maybe start a new job, or maybe start a new hobby or side venture, or whatever the case may be. We're always trying to fill that void that we feel like is missing, right? And that's what I mean, embrace it, because if you watch Batman, Bane is one of my favorite villains, right? And he says, "You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it." And to me, that resonated, because some of the most beautiful things have been made out of darkness, right? Some of our best creators have turned pain into some of the most beautiful things that we've ever seen in this world. And I think if we really embrace the loneliness, and embrace the ideas, and embrace the fact that we need to connect with ourselves, I think that loneliness kind of starts to fade. So start building a routine, start trying things, start going out and just figuring it out, what it is that makes you tick, what makes you go. And I think that you'll be in a better off situation. I think once you really adapt to who you are inside, you feel less alone. You feel alone because you're depending on somebody else to be around you or to be with you in order for not feel alone. But get comfortable with being with yourself, as scary as that may be, because once you kind of start digging, you might find things that aren't so pleasant. I know I did. Check it out, try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Use the email description and below. You guys can email me your thoughts or whatever the case may be. If you just want to chat, whatever, use the email below at masterandtheman@gmail.com. And let me know what you think about this new format. I want to make sure that I'm connecting with you all a little bit more, especially on topics that I know I've dealt with, maybe somebody else has dealt with. Again, you feel alone, but you're not lonely, because no one person is on an island. We've all been there. We've all done things. We've all experienced different things. And so maybe my life experiences could help you with yours. And I want you to make sure that, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, because this type of video, this type of content could possibly help somebody else, right? Because again, we're not the only ones that feel this way. And like I said, man, let me know what you guys think. I thank you for sharing your time with me today. And as always, keep mastering. Let's go. See you in the next one.